FlossTube, how are you? My name is Colleen of rebelstitcherdesigns, and this is FlossTube number 122. Hey folks, thank you for joining. It's been a pretty busy world since my last FlossTube. I think that was maybe about a month ago. I have a lot of life updates and shop updates to show you and a little stitching. So I'm not going to include any haul or stitchy kindness this time. It was just too much for me to, to include and wrap my brain around. The kids are home from school, so that always makes filming a FlossTube a little bit more challenging for my introverted self, hence why I'm back in my extremely messy office. That doesn't mean my office has been cleaned and organized. The fact that I'm here, it just means I need to hide away from my family in order to get this FlossTube filmed. Since I last filmed a FlossTube, our baby boy is now a high school graduate. Walker has graduated high school, and Nicole and I are super proud of him, the way he has balanced competing in 2 sports at its highest level, academics, and his part-time job as a lifeguard has been amazing that he has been able to balance all that. And we're super proud of, you know, the next chapter for him. Let's see, we've just been super busy with all the end of the year stuff, award ceremonies and prom and graduation and banquets and all that sort of stuff. And in the middle of all that, our basement flooded. I am so over having a basement. We had basement issues, flooding when we lived in Ohio. Now it's followed us to Pennsylvania, and it's just, I'm over it. I'm ready to live somewhere without a basement. The Northeast had like a lot of rain and apparent for a while in the spring, and apparently we have 2 sump pumps, and apparently they both died. So luckily the flood wasn't so bad that it hit the walls, but we had carpet in our basement, and so we've had to deal with pulling all the carpet out and dealing with all of that. It's got my lung stuff back on steroids again, so hence the puffy chubby face, more than normal. And we're dealing with basement issues. Right now we're in the process. We've got all the carpet out. We've sanded the concrete and in the process of staining and sealing it. Like, it'll look kind of, we did this in Ohio, and it was kind of neat once we did it. It kind of looks like marble then once you do it. So then if it gets wet, it's no big deal because it's just concrete. So we're in the middle of that process right now. Super fun. Let's see, life updates. New York Liberty. I told you before, Nicole had spoiled me and gotten New York Liberty tickets, season tickets, as a Christmas present, and the season has started and I am in all my glory. I love it. I have been a New York Liberty fan since the league, the WNBA, started in 1997. In the first maybe 3 years or so, when they played in Madison Square Garden, I did have season tickets, but life and all that stuff. So I'm so excited. They play now at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, and Nicole and I drive in, park, watch the game, drive home. Super easy. I mean, it's a bit of a haul, but it's not a bad drive. And we are just absolutely loving it. Our seats are great. It's so much fun. It's such a fun experience. The season opener was the day they raised the banner for their championship. The players got rings. Everybody in the stadium got one of these cool replica banners, which hangs in my office now. And it's just super fun. I am loving it. I actually am in a fantasy WNBA league, you know, like fantasy football, but it's for women's basketball. And it's like, it's a bunch of people. Some people I don't know, but it's like me and Nicole, Teresa from Needle Bling Design, Jackie from X's and Hoes. She has Chicago Sky tickets, and a bunch of other random people. And we like, you know, it's fantasy basketball. It's super fun. So, you know, I've been nerding out on that. I don't know if you know who the mascot is for the New York Liberty, but her name is Ellie, and she is a diva, and she's just the most epic mascot you'll ever meet. And they celebrate her birthday every year, and like they do it up. She does these big halftime performances, and there's cake, and other mascots come to celebrate her, and all kinds of stuff. And Nicole couldn't go to that game because she had a work conflict that day. So I asked my friend Monique, who is a dear friend of mine from when we lived in Cincinnati, because she loves Ellie. Like, Ellie is her girl. And I'll try to put a picture up of Ellie so you know what I'm talking about if you don't. And I was like, hey, Monique, it's Ellie's birthday. You want to come to the game? And she drove all the way from Cincinnati to come visit me, and she stayed with us for a few days. We went to go see the Liberty game, and then visited for like a day or so before she drove back home. And we had an absolute blast at the game. She loved seeing Ellie in person and watch the game. I don't know if I've mentioned it, but the Liberty are 8-0 so far in the season. So they're having a pretty good run again this year. Hopefully they keep it up and everybody stays healthy and uninjured. And while Monique was here, we gave her like the Philly experience. She had never been to a Wawa before. So we, on the way home from the game, we actually stopped at Wawa because it was late. We got like sandwiches and drinks. And then another day we got cheesesteaks and Rita's water ice. And then I took her to Longwood Gardens, and we walked around there, and it was just a nice, super chill time. I love Monique. She's an awesome human, and it was just so nice to visit with her. I think that's enough life updates. I'm not sure. I'm probably forgetting something. Our baby girl Edda's gonna be in 8th grade next year. I don't understand how that happened. But yeah, high school graduates, it's crazy stuff. Okay, shop news. We're gonna switch gears and go to shop news. Okay, so Mr. Taco has imposed all these tariffs and created all kinds of turmoil worldwide. So that is putting my Cottage Garden Thread bi-monthly club kind of in a state of flux. So until we figure that out, I'm not quite sure what's going on. But don't fret, don't despair. If you are a fan of Floss of the Month clubs, I've got a new one for you. I put some information about this out on my social media, but let me talk to you. Pirate and Robin floss is amazing. I first saw it when I went to Bobby's Stitching Bits and Bobs in Michigan. She had the full line, and it was like eye candy. I was like, these colors that this dyer puts together are phenomenal. It's cotton floss, 10-yard skeins, 6-stranded, and I think they're super affordable. So here are some. She does some that are super variegated and some that are just a beautiful color palette. I am just randomly kind of grabbing some. This one is called Glowworm. This one actually glows in the dark, which I think is super cool. Anyway, I'm putting together a Floss of the Month club, which is 3 skeins of Pirate and Robin floss every month. And it'll be, I think, $11 and change plus shipping. It's just the basic, you know, the retail of the floss. This is called Terracotta. This is called Thunderstorm. they have super fun names, and it's absolutely gorgeous floss. So if you would like to join the Floss of the Month Club or Thread of the Month Club, send me an email, reach out to me with your PayPal, the email you use for PayPal, because that's how my invoices will go out. Spots are limited, and I already got a bunch of people who signed up this morning when I posted about it on social media. So if you would like 3 gorgeous skeins of Pirate and Robin floss sent to you every month, and you want to build your stash of the super, super yummy floss, then this is the club for you. If you are not ready for a commitment of a Floss of the Month club, but you kind of want to check them out, I also have Pirate and Robin's full line of floss on my website. So, you know, if you want to just poke around and look at the colors and kind of see what they're all about, that's there for you too. She is a phenomenal dyer in the Pacific Northwest, so there won't be any international problems with Mr. Taco, and shipping should be pretty seamless. So I'm super excited about that. Their floss is just so gorgeous. I can't get enough of it. I mean, oh my goodness, look at this. This is just called gold, but I mean, not all of them are the super highly variegated, but some of the ones, like this is called Gothic Raspberry. I mean, my God, if monochromatic pieces, whew, perfect. Anyway, oh, I dropped one, hold on. Green with Envy. I know, I need to move on, but it's like everyone is your favorite. I can't pick a favorite. So anyway, I'm super excited to bring that. So I just want to put that down safely. Super excited to bring Pirate and Robin floss to you if you are interested in either the Floss of the Month Club or pick up a skein or 2 off my website. I really don't think you will be disappointed. It is amazing. Let's see. Sorry, I have notes here. Okay, Needlework Marketplace is coming up. That is like Nashville Needlework Market, where it is a wholesale show that happens every year in the spring in Nashville. However, this is done online digitally. So designers and dyers and makers will be coming up with a lot of new summer releases coming soon. What are the dates? It's August 22nd through the 25th is when the actual show is. So I know I personally have a bunch of new releases that will be coming out then. They are all either Halloween or fall themed, except I will have one snarky sampler piece coming up. I can't wait to start to show sneak peeks as we get a little bit closer. I just had Halloween. Halloween was all I could really work on. So it was, I don't know if it was comfort, you know, when you're stressed out about the world that's going on, you kind of go in a cocoon and do what makes you happy. And so Halloween designs was what was working for me lately. Let's see. With all the chaos of graduation and flooded basements and all that nonsense, I haven't really had the capacity to sit and stitch much, like the bandwidth up here. So I have been falling down the rabbit hole of making like scissor fobs or zipper pulls or whatever. And because like with my, you know, anxiety, like keeping my hands busy is like a good thing. So I've been making stuff, but not necessarily having to use my brain to count stitches. So let me show you some of the stuff I've been making. I don't know, I'm having a blast. So I did put some of these up on my website. The scissor fobs are under the category scissors, under that tab. And these are all just super, and my hands look grosser than normal because I've been staining the stuff. These are like Halloween candy, and this you can use as either a keychain or a big, you know, scissor fob. This is, you know, floral one. I'm just kind of randomly, this one cracked me up. Chicken with boots for summer, strawberries, ghosts. I'm just having a blast making these. This is like a skeleton hand and some Halloween beads. There's the scissor, the little thing. Oh, here's one attached to a scissor. I guess I was taking pictures. This one has like a little heart charm on the end. I'm just like having a blast making these. I don't know if anybody else gives a rat's ass. There's another one of my chickens with go-go boots. I mean, it's just super fun. And obviously a lot of them are Halloween themed. Here's this black skeleton. Here, I'll stop. One more. These are skulls. Okay. Okay, I said one more, but I lied. Here's a mixtape charm. So if your scissors are naked and you need some scissor fobs, you can find some ones that I made on my website under scissors. Okay. What else do I have going on? Oh, I wanted to give some information about something that's coming up in October that I think is super exciting that I will be taking part in. Stitchfest Emporium is going to be October 10th through 12th in Troy, Michigan. This is like, if you ever saw all the craziness for Market and saw, man, I sure wish I could go to Market and shop there, but I'm just a stitcher and I'm not a wholesaler. This is the event for you. This is, I guess it's kind of like Galleria, in the sense where, or Market, where you, this is the first year that she has done it, and I'm participating in it along with a lot of other really great designers and makers, where it's going to be in an Embassy Suites, just like Market, and everybody will decorate their room, all the makers and designers decorate their room with a retail experience, and stitchers can either get a weekend pass or a day pass and go and shop from each designer. I know Bobby has a lot of fun things planned, like with prizes for those attending, and like maybe a passport where you go get a stamp from every shop, and there's talks of doing like round robins, and there'll be public stitching rooms where you could sit and stitch. So I don't know that the registration information is up yet. I just wanted to put it out there to put it on your calendar so you can keep an eye out and maybe start planning. It is October 10th through 12th in Troy, Michigan, and I will be there along with a bunch of other super exciting, talented shops. So if you are looking for a fun shopping experience, this sounds like a blast. So just putting it out there, save the date sort of a thing. Let's see, I got a bunch of amazing, this past May 6th to be exact, was my birthday. I turned 50, and let's see, so many stitchers and friends sent me gifts and cards and sweet messages, and I really appreciated it. I didn't bring any of them over here to show this time because I just needed to get this done down and dirty, get this FlossTube done before my house erupts into chaos. So just know that I see you. I appreciate all your kindness, and hopefully on a future episode when I have my shit together, I can show you all the sweet things people sent me. let me show you, speaking of my 50th birthday, I did a birthday sal called #NoNakedCritters sal. I'm sorry, I'm digging around looking for my stitching. Oh, where did it go? I had it out before. Here it is. No Naked Critters sal, where I asked people to stitch on something with an animal with clothes. Didn't matter what it was. And I could not believe how many people humored me and went along with it. And this is what I stitched for it. This is Lily from Stacy Nash Primitive Animal Cracker series. And this is on a 16 count, just random Ada that I had. And I did my own color conversion. The frog skin is Pickle. No, I'm sorry. It's Meadow from Cottage Garden Threads. And if you need a good frog skin color, this is a good one. And then I just kind of picked some other floss for it. And here she is. I'm going to send her off to my friend Jan Calvert to finish them. She always does them as stand-ups for me. And I just love, love, love them. She's just stinking adorable. So I did have a finish, which I'm super proud of. Let's see, the other stitching I have worked on, and I did not put a lot of work on this one because I found a mistake. But this is by, this is called No More Sampler, I think by Birdie's Crossing. This is what it looks like. And I finished Xenophobia, and then I started working this butterfly down here. And I got around this one and I noticed I made a mistake. They weren't symmetrical. And I said, screw this. And I put it away because I just couldn't. But this is on Green Tea, 20 count Green Tea by Under the Sea Fabrics. And I'm using a Cottage Garden floss. I think it's Canna Lily. Yeah, Canna Lily is the red that I'm using for that. So I put a little bit of floss stitching in, but then I screwed up and I said, screw this. Oh, shoot. One moment, please. I'm dropping things. Okay. The other piece that I started stitching that I've really been digging on is, this is a very old whip of mine, Scylla Witches by Teresa Koget. And I actually made a decent bit of progress. This is as far as I have gotten on here. And I actually got to the bottom. So let's see, I did this motif. I did this witch and this pumpkin and the star and this October 31st. I'm about halfway through that motif. So I am very much enjoying this. I haven't screwed it up yet. Give me time. There's still time for me to screw it up. But this is on 16 count Pumpkin Pie by Bestitch Me. The floss, I'm doing it with 2 strands of floss, Gentle Arts Witching Hour, and then the green little pop of color is a silk I'd gotten from Bestitch Me called Clover. And I really am loving this piece. I'm going to keep working on it until I screw it up, and then I'll find something else, because that seems to be my MO lately. Okay, where did my notes go? Here they are. Okay, June is Pride Month, as you know, and I showed you my new release, Stonewall, last episode, and I figured since it's Pride Month, I would do a giveaway, and I will, I'm trying to think of the key word, I guess pride, use the word pride. So if you use the word pride, I will send you a copy of this chart and this super cool floss keep with the pride flag, and it's got just the right amount of holes for all the charts, all the floss that's called for in here. So if you use the word pride in the comments below, you can be entered to win, and I will draw a winner from the comments below and announce it on the next FlossTube. And I'm very sorry that this seems to be a very scattered FlossTube lately. I am out of sorts. But since it is FlossTube, I wanted to highlight a couple other queer FlossTubers who you may or may not follow, and go give them I'll link them down below, and go give them check them out, give them a follow. And you know, I think it's great to spread awareness. So the first one is my friend Matt, MBC Stitcher. He is an amazing stitcher, and he does a variety of projects, so there should be something for just about everybody there. He does a lot of fancy ladies and a lot of full coverage, but he does he does other projects as well. So he is a super fun stitcher to watch. I am always amazed at watching these full coverage pieces because my brain just does not work that way. And it's just kind of fun to watch the progress. Melanie at the Soulful Stitcher, her stitching choices tend to be a little bit more traditional than what I normally go for, but it's super fun to watch her and listen to her family updates and see her stitching. So check out Melanie. And then Andrew the Runner Stitcher. I've just, from a suggestion of a friend, have just recently discovered him, and I love his voice, and he just seems so kind, and he has a nice variety of projects that he's working on. So go check out those 3 stitchers and spread some love on Pride Month. And I think that's it for me for today. I've rambled enough. I apologize. Enjoy your stitching, and remember, try to fight for those who do not have your privilege. Thank you. Bye.